Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is November 8th. It's Tuesday, and we have a market that's gapping higher this morning. Really not a surprise after yesterday's retest of the 1230 level, and here we are higher this morning, working our way up through these areas now on the daily. We actually just hit 67s here pre-market, and looking for a little pushback in this. We've got a gap area here up into the 74s. Technical gap takes us to 82. And again, 3 days of nice balanced structure. Look at the test down here in the 1230 area. And you'll notice that each one of these candles for the last 3 days actually closed above last week's value. Or if you looked at the composite for last week's 5 days of trading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you looked at it, the 46 area was the point of control, and you can see how we've held above the point of control even on the closing basis of these candles. Now intraday they've gone lower and tried to get beneath that level, but the 46 level has held every time going into the close, which again is very bullish. If you were thinking the market was going down, you're kind of on the wrong side of that. As long as you stay above the point of control, we're going to continue to move higher. Where are we going? Well, we're going to 1300 is where we're going to go here. We've got a nice launching pad for this. And this market wants to continue to go higher. Now let's look at the NASDAQ, because this is in really a launching pad here on the daily chart. It's the NASDAQ daily. You'll notice on the NASDAQ daily something a little bit different than what we've seen on the S&P. This has a tremendous balance area that it's building here. If we drew a box around this relatively equal highs and lows, we call that balanced trade. There's an acceptance of value. This NASDAQ just wants to fly out of here. It will either, like I said, break and continue a lot higher from here, or if for some reason we got some bad news in the world and we broke down, we would go back down this way here. But this balance area, they've held the 2311 area, which is a substantial volume node for this composite here, 2311s, and you can see every time we've come back down into that, we found buyers also. So this is looking good this morning. This thing's gapping up almost 20 some points, 2390s. We're trading already back up into this other area here, looking for breakout. Looking for a breakout and new highs on the year before December 31st. We got what, 2430s were the prior highs from July. We should be able to easily get there. All right, we could get there all in one day if they wanted to. So we're looking at that to, like I said, possibly new highs before the end of the year. Let me look this at. Yeah, that would be new highs for the year. It's set itself up. I mean, there's a lot of good structure, a lot of acceptance of value here on the NASDAQ. And this is, again, this is a lot stronger than the S&P technology. And again, the bank's kind of weighing on us because of some of the issues of recent in the world and also here on our own soil. So, keep your powder dry. And as I keep telling the people in the room, buy pullbacks, buy pullbacks, buy pullbacks, buy pullbacks. That's what our job is as market profile trained traders. When we see opportunity coming into key reference areas, our job is, when the overall direction is up, is to buy pullbacks. All right, we might not catch every short back down into those areas because sometimes they're news driven and they're they're quick. But when we get to areas that are key reference areas, you buy the pullback because this thing wants to go higher. All right, no matter how much bad news is out there, it doesn't really seem to matter at this point. The hope is that things are going to turn around, the economy's going to get better, and we're going to be off to new highs here for the year. So that's what I'm looking for, at least on the NASDAQ. Will be new highs for the year. All right, before we get to the December 31st. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and we'll see you in the room.